Welcome to our journey through the wisdom of the ancients. Today we delve into a concept that has the power to transform your life, Amor Fati. The famous German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche explained his idea for achieving human greatness as Amor Fati, which means a love of fate. He described it as wanting nothing to be different, neither in the future nor the past, not just tolerating what happens, but actually loving it. It's a principle that challenges us to embrace everything that happens to us, good or bad, with an open heart. Imagine turning every obstacle into an opportunity, every setback into a stepping stone. Sounds intriguing, right? Let's dive in and discover how this ancient wisdom can bring profound peace and resilience to our modern lives. Introduction to Amor Fati. Amor Fati, which translates to love of fate, is about embracing everything that happens in our lives, both the good and the bad, as necessary and beneficial. This philosophy challenges us to see every event, every twist of fate, as an essential part of our life's tapestry. Imagine viewing every challenge, every setback, not as a hindrance, but as a stepping stone. This is Amor Fati. Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from within. He believed that while we can't control external events, we can control our reactions to them. This inner freedom is the essence of Amor Fati. By embracing what happens to us, we can find peace and contentment, regardless of our external circumstances. But Epictetus was not alone in this belief. Marcus Aurelius, another prominent Stoic, echoed similar sentiments in his meditations. Accept whatever comes to you, woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs. Aurelius, as the Roman emperor, faced immense challenges and pressures, yet he found solace and strength in accepting his fate and viewing each difficulty as part of his life's journey. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, also taught the importance of embracing our fate. He said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Seneca's life was filled with personal and political turmoil, but he viewed these trials as necessary for his growth and development. His writings encourage us to see our own challenges in the same light. Imagine you're facing a significant life challenge, like losing a job. Instead of seeing it as a disaster, Amor Fati invites you to see it as an opportunity. Perhaps this loss pushes you to pursue a passion you've neglected, or teaches you resilience and adaptability. By embracing this change, you align yourself with the flow of life and open yourself up to new possibilities. In the coming chapters, we will explore how adopting this mindset can transform our perspective, making us more resilient and content. We'll see how historical figures, and even everyday people, have applied this principle to overcome adversity and thrive. So, buckle up and get ready to embrace your fate with open arms and a courageous heart. The wisdom of Epictetus. Epictetus taught that we should love whatever happens to us, seeing every event as an integral part of our journey. He famously said, "Don't hope that events will turn out the way you want. Welcome events in whichever way they happen. This is the path to peace." This doesn't mean passive acceptance of our circumstances. Instead, it's about active engagement with life, understanding that every moment holds value. Epictetus, born into slavery, understood hardship. Yet, he didn't let his circumstances define him. Instead, he found wisdom and strength in accepting his fate and making the best of it. By shifting our mindset from wishing for different outcomes to embracing what is, we gain power over our lives. This is the essence of Amor Fati. Imagine facing a setback, and instead of feeling defeated, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? This shift in perspective is what Epictetus encourages. By loving our fate, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, finding peace in the process. Epictetus also emphasized the importance of focusing on what we can control. He said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will." By accepting what we cannot change and focusing on our own actions and attitudes, we can find true contentment. Marcus Aurelius, another significant Stoic figure, echoed these sentiments in his meditations. As the Roman emperor, Aurelius faced immense challenges, yet he maintained a perspective of acceptance and inner peace. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Aurelius teaches us that our inner strength comes from accepting and embracing the events that occur in our lives, rather than resisting them. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and statesman, also contributed to this wisdom. He said, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." This quote highlights the importance of willingly accepting our fate rather than being dragged by it. Seneca believed that by aligning our will with the natural order of the universe, we find harmony and peace. By learning from these Stoic teachers, we can see that loving our fate and focusing on what we can control are powerful tools for navigating life's challenges. Whether facing personal setbacks or external adversities, the wisdom of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca provides a timeless guide for embracing our fate and finding peace within it. Historical heroes of Amor Fati. History is filled with individuals who embodied the principle of Amor Fati. Abraham Lincoln, for instance, faced numerous failures and personal tragedies before becoming one of America's most revered presidents. He didn't let these challenges break him. Instead, he used them as fuel for his growth and perseverance. Helen Keller, despite being blind and deaf, embraced her fate and went on to become an influential author and advocate for people with disabilities. Her resilience and acceptance of her circumstances transformed her into a beacon of hope and inspiration for millions. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but emerged with a spirit of forgiveness and a vision for a united South Africa. He embraced his fate and turned his suffering into a powerful movement for change. These figures didn't see their challenges as curses, but as essential parts of their life stories, leading them to greatness. Epictetus would have admired these figures for their ability to turn adversity into opportunity. He taught that difficulties are things that show a person what they are. By facing challenges head-on and embracing their fate, these individuals discovered their true strength and potential. Their lives serve as powerful examples of how we can transform our own struggles into sources of strength and inspiration. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reflected on the nature of adversity. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea, that obstacles themselves can become the path forward, aligns perfectly with the concept of Amor Fati. It teaches us that the very things we see as barriers can actually propel us toward growth and success. Consider the story of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist who developed his philosophy of logotherapy during his time in concentration camps. Frankl's experiences of profound suffering led him to the conclusion that finding meaning in all forms of existence, even the most brutal ones, is a primary driving force in human life. His work underscores the Stoic belief that we can find purpose and strength in the face of adversity. In the world of sports, we see this principle in action with athletes like Michael Jordan, who famously said, "I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Jordan's numerous setbacks and failures fueled his relentless drive to improve and ultimately led to his success. These examples from history and modern times illustrate that by embracing our fate and seeing challenges as opportunities, we can transform our lives. The teachings of Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius provide a timeless framework for turning adversity into strength, guiding us toward resilience and greatness. Modern-day examples of embracing fate. In our own lives, we can see examples of Amor Fati at work. Consider someone who loses their job. Initially, it might seem like a disaster, but for many, this becomes an opportunity to pursue a passion they had previously neglected. What initially appears as a setback transforms into a chance for growth and self-discovery. Think about individuals who face serious health challenges. Many of them find new purpose and strength through their experiences. They might become advocates, inspiring others and bringing about positive change. By embracing their fate, they turn their struggles into stories of triumph. Every day, people around us embody the spirit of Amor Fati. They show us that it's not the events themselves, but how we respond to them that defines our lives. By adopting this mindset, we too can find new paths and opportunities in the face of adversity. Epictetus taught that our responses to life's challenges shape our character. He said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By embracing this wisdom, we can turn every obstacle into an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Whether we are recovering from illness, starting anew after a layoff, or facing personal difficulties, Amor Fati reminds us to find the silver lining and embrace our fate with courage and optimism. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter series after facing numerous rejections and personal hardships. Instead of giving up, she embraced her fate, which ultimately led to her incredible success. Another modern example is Malala Yousafzai, who turned her near-fatal experience into a powerful platform advocating for girls' education worldwide. These individuals remind us that embracing our fate can lead to profound change and success, no matter the initial circumstances. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advises us to accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. This principle is beautifully illustrated in the lives of modern individuals who have faced significant adversity and turned it into an opportunity for growth. By embracing their circumstances, they have found new paths and inspired others. Another example comes from the world of sports, where athletes often face career-threatening injuries. Consider the story of Bethany Hamilton, a professional surfer who lost her arm in a shark attack. Instead of giving up on her dreams, she embraced her fate and returned to competitive surfing, inspiring millions with her resilience and determination. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, reminds us that true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This wisdom is evident in the stories of individuals who, despite facing significant challenges, find joy and purpose in their current circumstances. By focusing on what they can control and embracing their fate, they transform their lives. These modern-day examples, alongside the teachings of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, show us that Amor Fati is not just an ancient philosophy, but a practical guide for contemporary life. By embracing our fate and finding meaning in our challenges, we can navigate life's adversities with grace and resilience. The power of perspective. Epictetus reminds us that our power lies in how we respond to life's events, not in the events themselves. This perspective is liberating. It shifts the focus from what happens to us to how we choose to perceive and react to those events. When we encounter difficulties, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and defeated. But Amor Fati teaches us to see these moments as opportunities for growth. Instead of resisting, we embrace. Instead of wishing things were different, we find the value in what is. Consider a personal setback you faced. How might your experience have changed if you had approached it with an attitude of Amor Fati? This shift in perspective doesn't mean we ignore our feelings or pretend everything is perfect. It means we acknowledge the reality of our situation and choose to respond with resilience and acceptance. Epictetus believed that by changing our perspective, we change our reality. He said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This insight is at the heart of Amor Fati. By shifting our focus from external events to our internal responses, we gain control over our happiness and well-being. Embracing this mindset can help us navigate life's challenges with grace and poise. Marcus Aurelius echoed this sentiment in his Meditations, saying, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Both Epictetus and Aurelius teach us that by controlling our perspective, we can find strength and peace in any situation. Another Stoic, Seneca, offers wisdom on this topic as well. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This reinforces the idea that our perspective shapes our experiences. By choosing to embrace our fate and see challenges as opportunities, we can transform our lives and find deeper meaning in every moment. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. It's easy to feel frustrated and angry, but what if you viewed this time as a gift? An opportunity to listen to a new podcast, reflect on your day, or simply enjoy a moment of stillness. By changing your perspective, you transform an irritating situation into something valuable. Consider Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist. He wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." Frankl's perspective, even in the face of unimaginable suffering, was that our attitude toward our circumstances is what ultimately shapes our experience. In everyday life, shifting our perspective can make a significant difference. For example, consider a student who fails a crucial exam. Instead of seeing this failure as the end of their academic journey, they can view it as an opportunity to identify weaknesses, seek help, and improve. This perspective shift transforms a negative experience into a stepping stone for future success. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advises us to view obstacles as opportunities. He writes, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea that obstacles themselves can become the path forward is a powerful reminder of the transformative power of perspective. By learning from these Stoic teachers and applying their wisdom to our own lives, we can see that the power of perspective is a crucial element of Amor Fati. By embracing our fate and choosing to see challenges as opportunities, we unlock our potential for growth and resilience. This shift in mindset allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength, turning obstacles into stepping stones on our journey. Practicing gratitude. Practicing Amor Fati involves cultivating gratitude for every experience. Start small. When something doesn't go your way, pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this serve my growth? Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. It helps us see the hidden gifts in our struggles. By regularly practicing gratitude, we train our minds to look for the positives in every situation. This doesn't mean ignoring our challenges, but finding the silver lining in them. Start a daily gratitude journal. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, even on difficult days. Over time, you'll notice a shift in your mindset. You'll begin to see life through the lens of Amor Fati, finding value and meaning in every experience. Epictetus emphasized the importance of gratitude in finding peace and contentment. He said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." By focusing on the blessings in our lives, we cultivate a mindset of abundance and appreciation. Practicing gratitude helps us embrace our fate with love and transforms our outlook on life. Marcus Aurelius also spoke of gratitude, advising us to dwell on the beauty of life, watch the stars, and see yourself running with them. This poetic reflection encourages us to find joy and gratitude in the simple everyday moments, helping us to appreciate our place in the universe. Seneca added to this by saying, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future. By being grateful for the present moment and embracing it fully, we find peace and joy." This practice of gratitude aligns with the principle of Amor Fati, as it allows us to accept and love our fate, whatever it may be. Consider the story of Admiral James Stockdale, a modern Stoic who survived years of captivity during the Vietnam War. Stockdale credited his survival to the principles of Stoicism, particularly the practice of gratitude. Despite his dire circumstances, he found things to be grateful for each day, which sustained his spirit and resolve. Another example is Elizabeth Smart, who was kidnapped and held captive for 9 months. Despite the trauma, she has since become an advocate for victims of abuse and uses her platform to spread a message of hope and resilience. Her ability to find meaning and gratitude in her survival demonstrates the power of this practice. In everyday life, we can find inspiration in simple acts of gratitude. Consider a parent juggling work and family responsibilities. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, they might focus on the gratitude they feel for their children's laughter, the support of their partner, or the opportunity to provide for their family. This shift in perspective, rooted in gratitude, can transform stress into a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us to think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. This profound advice urges us to embrace each day with gratitude, recognizing the preciousness of life and the opportunities it offers. By regularly practicing gratitude, we align ourselves with the Stoic philosophy of Amor Fati. We learn to appreciate the present moment, find joy in the simple things, and view our challenges as opportunities for growth. This shift in mindset helps us navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience, turning every experience into a stepping stone on our journey. Embracing your journey. By embracing Amor Fati, we align ourselves with the flow of life. We become resilient, adaptable, and ultimately at peace with our journey. Epictetus teaches us that true freedom comes from within, from our ability to accept and love our fate. When we stop resisting life and start embracing it, we find a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Epictetus believed that embracing our journey, with all its ups and downs, leads to a fulfilling and meaningful life. He said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By committing to our path and embracing our fate, we can achieve our highest potential. Remember, the journey to Amor Fati is a lifelong practice, but each step brings us closer to inner peace and true freedom. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to accept the things to which fate binds you and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. This principle is beautifully illustrated in the lives of modern individuals who have faced significant adversity and turned it into an opportunity for growth. By embracing their circumstances, they have found new paths and inspired others. Seneca adds, "Life is long if you know how to use it." By embracing each moment, each challenge, and each joy with an attitude of Amor Fati, we truly learn to live fully and deeply. This journey is not just about enduring, but thriving, finding beauty and strength in every step of the way. Consider the story of Theodore Roosevelt, who faced numerous personal tragedies, including the loss of his wife and mother on the same day. Instead of succumbing to despair, he embraced his fate and channeled his grief into his work and adventures. This resilience helped him become one of the most dynamic presidents in American history. In the world of business, consider the story of Steve Jobs, who was famously ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded. Instead of giving up, Jobs embraced his fate, started new ventures, and eventually returned to Apple, leading it to unprecedented success. His journey illustrates the power of embracing setbacks and using them as catalysts for growth. In literature, we see this principle in the life of J.R.R. Tolkien. After experiencing the horrors of World War I, he channeled his experiences and emotions into creating The Lord of the Rings, a timeless epic that continues to inspire millions. Tolkien's journey reflects the transformative power of embracing one's fate and finding meaning in life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, encourages us to love only what happens to you and is spun with the thread of your destiny, for what could be more suitable. This advice urges us to see every experience, no matter how difficult, as perfectly tailored for our growth and development. By embracing our journey and loving our fate, we unlock our potential for greatness. This mindset helps us navigate life's challenges with grace, turning obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into stepping stones. As we practice Amor Fati, we find that our journey, with all its twists and turns, becomes a rich tapestry of growth, resilience, and fulfillment. So, love your fate, whatever it may be. As Epictetus would say, this is the path to true freedom. Embrace your life fully and watch how it transforms. Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, Keep embracing your fate with love. Remember, the journey to embracing Amor Fati is ongoing. Start small, practice gratitude, and shift your perspective. With time, you'll find yourself more successful, adaptable, and at peace.